Now, we already know Banshee is one of the most powerful frames in the entire game, bar none. So the problem with Banshee is that a lot of people don't know how to play her correctly because one, she's super squishy and it's extremely difficult to play her in a solo environment at really high level. What I'm going to be showing you guys today is 3 separate builds, so I'm going to break it up. It's going to be a build for new players, casual players, and endgame endurance players. So what I would want is for some of my timestamp savages in the comment section to timestamp this video for all 3 different builds. Thank you guys so much. Now what I want to do is teach you guys how to play Banshee. Now after this video, you should definitely be playing Banshee at a higher level. I'm going to be showing you guys some key tips that a lot of vets themselves don't even know, and the biggest mistake of all that a lot of Banshee players tend to make. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. Yo guys, what's going on? LifeOfRio here, and this is my greatest Banshee build. Like, I kind of been testing this thing for a couple months now, especially when the new mods came out and I had to add to it. This build right here has gotten to the point to where I cannot top it. Now what's actually going to be going on is that when you're going to be using Banshee, you're going to be parkouring, you're going to be rolling. You have to steadily keep moving. If you want to learn to play her correctly, you have to keep moving. So let's go ahead and take a look in a good way on how to actually understand on how you're going to be playing Banshee. Alright, so this is the important part to where I want you guys to pay attention to. If you want to learn to play Banshee at a high level, these are guaranteed to be the things you're always going to be doing. It's very, very important. A lot of vets still don't know this way on how to play Banshee, so I'm going to break it down. Now, what you're going to be using is always your push. Your push is going to be a great way on how to push enemies out of your face. Sonic boom. You're going to get enemies out of there. Once you get the enemies out of there, then you're going to have to make sure that you always have silence active and your sonar is active. Now, here's the thing to be actually crucial with you guys. The most important thing to keep on with Banshee is going to be silent. Now, once silent is active, you then get a 1.8 seconds of CC. Now, to play Banshee correctly, you're going to have to really move quick and know what it is that you're doing. Now, right here, you see me jumping up. I'm doing sonar, which is in a dangerous place. With enemies looking at you like that, that's an instant death. If you see rockets coming at you, how do you evade? You actually jump into your 10-0 extremely quick. That is what you're going to be doing. So when you play Banshee, one thing I want you guys to understand is that you're going to be using your 10-0 a lot. Your 10-0 is vitally important with playing Banshee, especially with this build setup and just advanced tactics with what you're going to be doing. Now, what's going to happen is that my silence is active. You see the enemies already holding their heads. I backed out of the range of my silence by backing up with my 10-0 with the void dash. Now, what I'm going to be doing is, well, again, is flip back into my 10-0, dash back into range of those enemies because I only get 1.8 seconds of stun duration, which is my CC, the best CC that I have. And when I get back in range, the stun from the silence is going to reactivate and I can keep putting it back in range. Now, what a lot of people like to do is go minimum range Banshee, which is then not good for your sonar. You don't want that, especially as an overall build. You want to use it with your 10-0, flip in, flip out, roll back in, and then roll back out. Those are ways how you can apply the stun duration and keep reapplying it of silence again. That is a vital and important way on how you guys are going to be using Banshee, man. I don't like seeing you guys out here getting smacked around, right? Now, within that stun duration, what you're going to do is either you want to activate silence, you want to push the enemies down again to give you more time on your CC. Whichever the case is, you have to make it quick, and that's the thing with Banshee. She's a quick frame to where you have to understand. Now, as you can see, I activated my resonance, right? So I activated sonar, and when I activated sonar, I backed up out of the way because the enemy was about to shoot. And now I'm going to show you guys that you can roll back into the calculated range of where silence is then going to activate and hit the enemies again. The enemies are then going to be stunned. And then from that point on, it's up to you to make sure that you hit those sonar spots. Hitting the sonar spots is vitally important. And one of the most important things that I want to tell you guys is to never spam sonar. Please, for the love of God, you can go and watch so many videos of people just rapidly pressing sonar, acting like they're stacking the damage. Please, if you see somebody spamming sonar, just do this. Slap them. They don't know what they're doing. The thing that you want to understand is that sonar uses the same formula as Nova's molecular prime. When you activate it one time, you have to wait for it to go out and hit all the enemies. It just does not hit every enemy right away. That is one thing that they don't show with Banshee. I would like for future updates or anything for Warframe to add some quality of life on Banshee sonar to where it shows that when you activate sonar, it shows the calculated time that it's going to take before sonar gets to its maximum range before it hits everybody. So that is the key thing to what you want to pay attention to. Do not spam sonar unless the enemies are extremely close to you, and if they're close to you, you shouldn't be spamming anyway, because you're gonna look like a dish towel on a freaking kitchen counter because they're gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to do that. That's not what you want to go down. Don't go down that lane. So that is the most important thing that I want to tell you guys. Now, for new players, let's go ahead and get into the build for the new players so you guys can really understand. Now, for the new player build, it's pretty simple. I mean, you're doing new player experiences. I just want to give you guys something to actually work with, because I know most of you are not going to have the higher level mod. So let's go ahead and take a look at the build. Okay, so this is the new player build of what you guys are going to be doing. I'm assuming that most of you are going to have like an energy siphon, and then this is the build that you're going to go with. Now, continuity right there has no endo in it. I don't have any more endo to put in it. I'm sorry, I'm out of endo, but this is the generalized build that you guys want to go with. I definitely put on redirection and vitality because as a new player, you guys feel secure to actually use that for survivability. You haven't been playing the game too long yet to where you want to take off your survivability mods because you haven't got used to the controls, and that is a good way for you guys to actually get used to the game and get used to the core mechanics without dying all of the time. Now, one thing I want to point out is that in this build, you're just going to keep doing whatever it is that you're doing and you're going to be completely fine. So this is a good scenario set up, a good starting period for as a new player for you to actually keep up with whatever it is that you're doing to understand Banshee. Now, the build is only half of the equation. For you to actually be good with Banshee, the build isn't going to carry you most of the time. The build is only half of it. To understanding Banshee and being good with her, you have to get really good with your movement. Any Banshee player can protest to this. Like, you have to be really, really good with your movement. Rolling, remember new players, rolling reduces 75% of incoming damage. And when I'm playing Banshee, the only song I'm singing in my head is, they keep me rolling, they hating, patrolling. I'm telling you, that is the only song that's in my head because I am rolling for days. I'm out here speeding up like Sonic. I am not playing. I am gone. Sega Genesis Sonic. I am holding down the button and I am out of there. Loop de loop de loop. Okay, that is the best way on how to play Banshee. Now, for my casual build, let's go ahead and take a look at the build for casuals. Okay. All right. So this is my casual build for any content that you're doing within the realm of Sir Casualness. You do not need more than 145% power strength. The reason why is because Banshee's sonar hits so hard that anything that's in the realm of casual, it's already going to one-shot it majority of the time anyway. So I definitely went ahead and still dropped 180 on it. I took off one of the survivability mods because since you guys are casuals, mean that you've been playing the game a little bit longer, way longer for some people than new players. So you should be able to move a lot more and actually be able to flex a little bit with the builds that you're going to be using. Now, as a casual player, I will tell you guys, I'm pretty sure some of you know, but still a lot don't. Rolling is super important. Bullet jumping or parkouring through the air reduces enemy accuracy. I want you guys to pay attention to that. What you're going to be doing is jumping in, throwing out your one, know the range of your one, and know the range of your silence. Those are very important. Once you know your range of the powers that you actually have and how much range you're using, then you know how far to go with enemies. You know how to roll out, get back in, and it's all about understanding the mechanics of the game on how you're going to be using the frame with what it is that you're actually going to be doing to understand it, to play Banshee at a higher level. Because if you're not playing Banshee at a higher level to where you understand it, then you're dead. You're a dish towel on the kitchen sink. I'm sorry to say it. I don't want to see you guys like that. I'm not trying to wash dishes with your bodies out here. You know what I'm saying? Pause. All right. So that's just what it is. So let's go ahead and take a look at the endurance endgame build. What's up, fams? How y'all doing? Hey, I got y'all. Let's go. Let's go take a look at that. All right, so this is the end game build of what you guys are going to be rocking. Now, as you guys can see, I switched it up. I'm going to go into a little bit more of a breakdown. I got speed holster in here because when I'm using Banshee, I'm flipping through weapons incredibly quick when I'm doing my endurance runs or just my end game runs, period. I put Umbral Intensify in here just to boost us up a little bit more. You know, when we're doing end game, we're a little bit greedy for power. We want to get our kills per second as quick as possible. Now, speed holster is very important, but you can switch that out with corrosive projection. But if you're doing a solo, corrosive projection makes no sense. So as you guys can tell, speed holsters there. Now, what I got in there is going to be a little bit different. Remember, there's no survivability mods because when you're in endgame, you get one-shotted anyway, so everything is different. Now, one thing I want to tell you guys, that enemy sense on Banshee, you probably got that one player in the comment section that's like, but why use enemy sense when Banshee can actually spot the enemies on the map as well? Well, listen here. Hold on, bro. Hold up. Enemy sense is there because when you're in endurance runs, enemies are going to be stealing your energy. You don't need the extra damage or anything in that Exilus slot. So you go ahead and you put in enemy sense because it's going to keep a consistent flow of enemies on the map for you without you having to spam. Remember that Banshee's sonar, when you're using it and you activate it, it takes time to actually go all the way out to reach the maximum range because it's based on duration base. You have to wait till it gets out there. So once you do that, enemy sense is always going to stay there for you, and then you can use your use your sonar to actually highlight enemies, which in many cases it slows it down to where you don't spam as much energy. You're pretty good on energy because you keep a consistent flow of enemies on the map. Now that is the best thing out there for Banshee. Now you don't need CP because if you're doing solo, it means nothing. If you're doing endurance runs, you don't need CP as well unless you're going over 6 to 8 hours. I do 5 hours casually with Banshee without needing CP at all because the damage is so incredibly crazy when you're running with your team. So you're going to be good out there. If you say you need CP, don't, because I have already tested it. Multiple of my friends and people all out here, we use it every day, daily without CP. So you're completely fine. Banshee's damage is insane, man, and I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I put so much work into this one to explain it from a different perspective of 3 different type of players. And as you can see, Warframe only got 3 slots, so they only got 3 different ways. They got A, B, and C for you guys to put in your builds. There's no D. Okay, that means there's no bite size. That means you're not welcome. Okay, there's no bite size build. I'm sorry, it's only new player, casual, and endgame. It's only 3 people. All right, so just letting you guys know. But this Banshee build hits so hard, you knocking socks off your enemies out here. I'm telling you, you ever seen a Grenier socks just laying in the street? You know it was a Banshee there. I'm just letting you guys know. So for all the people out here, I really do hope that you guys enjoy the build. If you're a new player, let me know. If you're a casual player or endurance player, let me know as well in the comment section. Please, guys, give this video a thumbs up. I put so much work into this one. Please give this video a thumbs up. Share this video. This is definitely the video to help out any new player, casual player, endgame player, anybody that wants to understand Banshee and play her correctly. I don't know how I could have even done this one any better because I hit every point on this one. Thank you so much. Share it with your friends. If you got a friend out there who look washed up, he's been dying, he left Warframe because, you know, his Banshee, he can't keep up, show him this video. Rolling reduces pain in your heart, okay? Roll and save friendships. I'm just letting you know. Roll up on your friend and be like, hey, bro, I got this build for you. Check out LifeOfRio. Hope that you guys enjoyed. I'm going to show a little bit more of the run. A lot of people always want to see the run. Banshee is great, super squishy. Play like a coward. I'm not even saying that in a jokey way. I'm dead serious. Play like a coward. Soon as the mission start, you should already be sweating because you playing Banshee. Soon as the mission start, you should be sweating. Everybody casually talking to you, you over there, you just focus, you mute everybody. You got to be in zone, okay? Your Sharingan got to be at max. You got to be ready to find out enemies. You got to look out for rockets. Rockets have a sound when they're coming to you, okay? When rockets are approaching you as a Banshee, hey, pretty little Banshee. That's what the rocket says when the rocket's coming to you. Hey, pretty little Banshee. So I really do hope that you guys watch this video with your shirt fully not buttoned. Hit the second button, man. The top button look like the veins coming out your neck. You look like you're choking, okay? And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Share this video with your hot cocoa in a wine glass, and you guys have an amazing day. Check me out over on Twitch. You guys can come over there. Check out my last video, which is my Mesa mains, and you can check out the one which is with Ash mains. Really funny videos, comedy. Hope that you guys enjoyed here. Shout out to the new players and endgame players. Love you guys. Have an amazing day. Thank you so much. Okay, so let me give you guys a brief breakdown of what I was actually doing in this mission. Now, as you guys can tell, I got an Ancient with a 90% damage reduction. Now, I am rocking Banshee's Augment, which is going to be the Sonic Boom Augment to actually strip enemies' armor. I got it going all the way up to 13 meters because from down the stairs all the way to the life support to the part of the wall is going to be 13 meters, and that is all I need. Enemies are only going to start shooting from that range unless it's a bomber that comes through the front door of where I'm actually looking. Then they can home into me with their rockets. If they home into me with their their rockets, I'm going to move over there to the side, to the back where my ancient is, and the rocket is then going to hit the wall up there at the front to where it doesn't make it to me. But if the rocket does make it to me, I am then going to switch into my operator, which is then going to make the rocket go away. When you switch into your operator, it takes the homing mechanic off of you and makes the rocket actually lose sense of where you're actually at, so then it leaves you alone. Now, the main thing here is that I'm rocking my Tord, which is then going to be a lockdown weapon, especially for endurance runs. I am also using my Zenny Star, which is going to have the radiation effect on it, viral radiation, which is then going to lock it down for enemies. So I'm stripping enemies' armor, holding them out there to where I'm locking them down, and then hitting them with crazy amount of damage. Remember, Banshee sonar, she has crazy damage on it anyway. The Tord can hit the crit spots on the sonar, so it does redonkulous damage. That's redonkulous for crazy amount of damage. So that is the formula on what I was actually going with. Strip enemies' armor, push them away, keep them away from me, apply the crazy amount of damage, have the CC going. The biggest distraction that Banshee has is going to be the survivability. So with this setup right here, I didn't keep silence on too much, because if I kept silence on too much, the enemies underneath me down there at the bottom that was supposed to be coming in would have slowed down my progress on my on the enemy spawns for me, to where I can actually keep up my kills per second. So the only time that I activated and used silence was going to be when my Zenny Star actually went away or something else like that, or I didn't have any Tord clouds out there. Then the next thing is if I seen nullifiers being able to come up and I see them earlier on, what I would then do is I would shoot my Tord down there on the ground, and the clouds from the Tord actually stays out and they linger for a while. So what then happens is that the nullifiers are going to walk into it, and the Tord gas clouds, which is going to be there, is going to give rapid hits to the nullifier bubbles, which is then going to take the bubble down. So those are the main thing that I've been doing. Hope that you guys understand the explanation and like the video, man. Like I said, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. I love you guys. Have an amazing day.
Just you and me. It's all